Welcome back. If you missed the first video, we talked about why the tribulation is likely to begin very soon, and why the rapture happens before it. In this video, we're going to look at the major war the Bible clearly describes in Ezekiel 38 and 39, the Magog War, and how it may lead into a new world system ruled by 10 kings. Understanding this moment is critical because it sets the stage for everything that comes next. Before the Magog War, Israel will be living in what Ezekiel 38 calls safety. But the Hebrew word batak can actually mean a false sense of security or not true peace. It may be the kind of confidence that comes after a victory like against Hamas or through political agreements like the Abrahamic Accords. And it's possible that these Abrahamic Accords, which are already expanding, will keep many Arab nations out of the coming war. But this false safety will be shattered when a massive and sudden attack begins. In Ezekiel 38, it describes Russia leading a coalition against Israel. This includes Russia, Turkey, Iran, Sudan, possibly Ethiopia, as well as Libya. And many peoples with you may mean mercenaries or fighters from other hostile nations joining them. Now, this war is not Armageddon, because Armageddon happens at the end of the tribulation and involves all the nations in the earth following the Antichrist. The Magog War happens earlier and with a specific set of nations. Now, this invasion will likely come from the north, entering through the Golan Heights, but God himself will step in to defend Israel. In Ezekiel 38:22, it says, "I will execute judgment on him with plague and bloodshed. I will pour down torrents of rain, hailstones, and burning sulfur on him, and on his troops and on many nations with him." Now in Job 38:22, it speaks of God's storehouse of hail that is reserved for the day of battle. So God's judgment could include earthquake, hail, fire, and brimstone, or possibly even volcanic eruptions or a meteor fire. In Ezekiel 38 and 39 are interwoven. Chapters 39, 1 to 5 repeats the destruction with more detail, and from verse 6 we see wider global consequences, including God striking lands far away from Israel. 5/6 of the enemy army will be destroyed, and the amount of death is so large that it will take Israel 7 months to bury the dead. In Ezekiel 39, 21 and 22 it says, "I will display my glory among the nations, and all the nations will see the punishment I inflict and the hand I lay on them. From that day forward, the people of Israel will know that I am the Lord their God." The world will know this was divine intervention, but as a nation, Israel won't fully turn to God until the second half of the tribulation. We're already seeing this prophecy line up. Russia and Iran are military partners. Turkey's hostility towards Israel is increasing. Sudan and Libya are deepening ties with Russia, including the presence of Wagner mercenaries. This exact coalition has never existed before, until now. And you might wonder, where is America in all of this? Because America is usually seen as backing up Israel. But the Bible doesn't mention America directly in end times prophecy. And here are some possible reasons as to America may not be involved. America may be weakened greatly after the rapture, or there could be an economic or military defeat, or its values may change and may simply choose not to intervene. Whatever the case, God alone will get the glory for saving Israel. So let's look at the possible timings of this war. In Ezekiel 39:9 says, Israel will burn the invaders' weapons for 7 years. Now some believe this lines up exactly with the tribulation, but the Bible doesn't say for certain. It could begin before the tribulation and continue into it, especially if there's a recovery period before the Antichrist treaty. I personally believe this war will happen around the time of the rapture, as it will help to set up the world for the tribulation. You see, after the chaos of the war and the rapture, the world will be desperate for stability. Revelation 17:12 says, "The 10 horns you saw are 10 kings who have not received a kingdom, but for 1 hour will receive authority as kings, along with the beast." A global 10-region government will form, possibly through the UN or a similar body. They will rule for a short time before the tribulation begins, but 7 of them will give their power to the Antichrist. Daniel 9:27 says, the Antichrist will confirm a covenant with many for 7 years. This may strengthen an existing peace deal like the Abrahamic Accords, possibly guaranteeing Israel's safety and allowing them to rebuild their temple. When this treaty is confirmed, that's when the tribulation officially begins. Now, these events are already aligning in our world today. In the next video, we'll meet the Antichrist and the false prophet and see how they take control over the world. Don't miss it.